My name is Ayt. I'm part of the business development team at Wintermute. I joined 4 years ago. I've seen ups and downs. Was able to get as much experience as I could. Now I'm basically part of the partnerships team, and I oversee some of the things that we do on the OTC side, on the market making side, and I'm based out of London. There are a lot of partnerships because we're a market maker, and because most of the things that we do is actually not really published and announced. I think some of the things that were actually publicized was one of the partnerships that we did with Janus Henderson on us making markets for their on-chain fund, or being able to actually quote it via our OTC desk as well. I think that's one of the ones that we can kind of announce and say, but there are a lot of things that Wintermute does behind the scenes that unfortunately we're bound to certain NDA policies, etc., that we cannot really disclose, but I'm sure we've been able to secure some really great deals this year. Since I joined back in 2022, and I'm myself in crypto since 2017, when I joined Wintermute in 2022, it was it was just ending the Wild West era, where crypto was definitely a Wild West. People were doing whatever they wanted to do. The markets were insane. The volatility was crazy as well, and that was basically after 2021, one of the biggest euphoria kind of market cycles. And since 2022 to 2025, what changed the most is how market has saturated, and the market has saturated with more people joining the industry, a lot more TradFi companies joining the industry. You have a lot more other market makers that came from TradFi to start trading crypto as well. So I would say, if I were to kind of describe how the market has changed in the last 4 years, I would say that it has greatly matured to the point that 2025 and 2022 are completely drastically different markets. You wouldn't even be able to recognize what was happening in 2022 if you would come back to the past, to be fair. I think the biggest misconception, and I think it's like misconception across the whole market, is that people underestimate what the TradFi company is doing right now. There are so many things, again, that are being done under the scene, well, behind the scenes, under the table, that your usual retail Joe will never see. And that is basically TradFi doing a lot more things that they say they do. Not that it's me saying that, yeah, go ahead, buy crypto. It's just basically me commenting on what we see on our side. We definitely see a lot more TradFi companies not just learning about crypto, because I think that was in 2023, 2024. You definitely see a lot more major TradFi companies deploying, trading digital assets, and looking at it way more serious than what it was like a couple of years ago. And the market has changed, and you have a lot of, because it's been like four years, it's been a lot more years that, I think it's only been in the last 4 years that the market has saturated so much, but previously you have a lot of young people back in 2010, 2011, 2012 learning about Bitcoin. These guys are now 12 years older, and they're now taking positions as head of trading arms of different TradFi companies. Those guys are in heart crypto native. So you would also take into consideration the demographic change of so many TradFi companies in the world, because all the guys that were 20 in 2012 when Bitcoin was just kind of getting out there, they're now 13 years older, and now they're taking senior positions. So if you take a look at it from the demographic perspective as well, you would definitely expect the TradFi companies to take even a more bigger active stance in the industry. And the whole misconception is the fact that not many people realize what the scope of it is. I would say one thing, and that's what everybody says. I'm not going to go outside of that too much, but I would say it's adoption pretty much. Because what you see in 2021, your uncle and your aunt would be asking you about Bitcoin. In 2024, even though the market has surged so much, nobody was really talking about crypto. And it's pretty much the same people that are currently trading crypto. It's basically that same person that traded it back in 2023. You don't really have new people. And crypto is missing adoption in a way that it hasn't yet found its major use case. Though, this year, 2024, 2025, crypto did found a few use cases. Stablecoins, on-chain perps trading, different dexes took a huge kind of win in this market, like Hyperliquid, for example, and treasury management, right? These are the 3 major use cases, but these are not use cases that, let's say, will attract your retail Joe tomorrow. And I think that's kind of what's missing in the market, is that you want to have a major catalyst. Like in 2021, everybody was playing Web3 games to make some money. Everybody was trying to earn money by basically interacting with the Send ecosystem, with Animoca brands, what they were doing. And they did very well. What Axie Infinity guys did, and it brought so many new people into the market. And that was a major catalyst. To be fair, like right now, I don't really think that there is a big catalyst, and that comes down to adoption. Like there has to be massive changes in the industry to bring that average Joe back, or bring that another average Joe to the market, to be fair. First of all, I think the macro environment doesn't also look good as well. If you look at 2025, like in the last 3 to 6 months, we've been pretty much clouded by a lot of uncertainty in the macro environment as well. And so specifically for 2026, we're not so bullish, we're not mega bearish, but I would say on our side, given that we're a market maker and we tend to be market neutral, we don't really have a view of the market in the next 1 hour. We don't really frankly care about it. We only care what's going to happen within the next millisecond. So we don't really have that very granular view as to what will unlock that massive flow. We're pretty much focused on trading on our side. But I think there has to be a use case that will come about. Maybe that's about like specifically more about your day-to-day Web2 side of things that will then adopt Web3 that will make a huge difference. But I don't know, to be fair.